Folks, let's have a conversation. Let's have a very serious conversation about Arsenal Football Club. Now, I've made it no secret on this channel that I am a die-hard Arsenal fan. I've reacted to their matches on this channel, but I've never sat down and just spoke about some of the conversations going on and surrounding the football club at this moment in time. There's a lot being said, and there's a lot of bitterness, and honestly, folks, inject it into my veins. I am loving how like the narrative that's being spun regarding this Arsenal side. Oh, it's so burning shit. It's just been made, so I don't know why I didn't expect it to not be that left there. But anyway, sorry. Back on track. Like the narrative that's being spun and almost like the attempts to discredit the achievements of this Arsenal side now, albeit Arsenal's not got it over the line yet. Um, that's probably a good place to start the bottling term. Uh, yeah, oh, they're going to bottle it. They're going to like we heard it after Wolves. We heard it after Brentford. Oh, the cracks are starting to show. Here comes the annual bottle. Where was all the talk about that last night when Man City drew with Nottingham Forest? It was all yeah. Oh well, what a result for Forest. Like there was very few people saying that Man City have, like no one's using the word bottle, but it was in Man City's hands at that point. The league title. If it's in your hands and you fail to capitalise, I'm sorry, you have to use the same. Although they were on top of the league, you have to use that same kind of logic. If it was in their hands, they won the league and just go and win all their games and run the title race. They bottled it. They did. They choked. End up. But regardless, the narrative, as I say, that's being spun is that if Arsenal won the league, and I've heard numerous people say it, is that they would be the worst Premier League champions ever. Yeah, you hear the likes of that. You hear the likes. It's a poor league, which you got last year too. In fairness, when Liverpool ran away with it, but I just think it's so funny. They listen to like it's nuts. Like you look at the league at the minute, like top four, even top five is anybody's right. Like you look at Liverpool, United, Villa, Chelsea, they're all fucking fighting for that. Relegation is fucking nuts. West Ham are fighting for their lives. Forest are fighting for their lives. Fucking Spurs could get relegated. Wolves are starting to get a bit of fucking bit about them and get results. Burnley are becoming a bit of a gritty side and getting results. It's so competitive at every kind of stage of the table, but it's a poor league. It's a poor league because I'm telling you, right, it doesn't even sour grapes, right? But if Man City were top, nobody would be saying that. End of. They'd be like, it would be, oh yeah, Man City are just this juggernaut. They're just so good. They grind out results, this and that. But yeah, because Arsenal are top, it's a poor league, despite looking at the context that every team is fucking putting up a fight last year. Or this year, sorry. You comparing it to last year, where all the teams that were relegated, it was almost fucking done before a ball was kicked. There was no real fight. It's much, much different this season to the point where Spurs could be getting dragged into a relegation battle. And that's not a dig at them as an Arsenal fan. It's just me trying to give context to the situation. Um, one of the people that said that, one of the people that said, "Oh yeah, Arsenal would be the worst champions ever." They actually said Paul Scholes, United legend. He actually said, "I actually don't think they should hand out a Premier League trophy this year." He said that from his own mouth. I don't think they should hand out a Premier League trophy this year. It doesn't look like anyone wants it. Is he having a laugh? Right. I'm going to actually give Man City a bit of credit here as well. They're currently on 60 points, right? Arsenal are on 67 points. Do you know the lowest points total they won the Premier League in history? 75 points. Now, Arsenal are, if I do my maths here, 8 points away from that with 8 games to play. Like, are you serious? 75 points. Manchester United was the team. Manchester United, and I believe it was, I'll tell you now, I think it was 92, 93. Oh, sorry, I'm way off. It was the 96-97 season. Sorry, it was the 96-97 season. Manchester United won the title on 75 points. Do you know who was a part of that squad? Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes was a part of that squad that won the Premier League with the lowest points tally of 75 points. Now, both Arsenal and Man City, you can say, are on course to exceed that. So that's just disrespect as it is. But yeah, he's not the only one that said it. I've heard it from, like, obviously, let's say Jamie O'Hara's on Talksport, who is always bitter towards Arsenal anyway. Um, but yeah, just we'd be the worst champions ever. We play boring football. Uh, all this shit. We can't score from open play. Um, yeah, I've heard it all. So, like, who cares? Um, like that's beating the stick at Arsenal. Oh yeah, they play boring football. They be boring champion. This or that. Who cares? If you're looking at it from Mikel Arteta's standpoint, all right, Mikel Arteta was not employed as Arsenal manager to entertain rival fans. All right, he's not entertaining Arsenal fans at the minute either, but like he was brought in to bring success back to the football club. And as it stands, Arsenal are top of the league, 7 points clear. It doesn't matter how he does it. That's not what he's getting paid to do. He's not getting paid to play sexy, expansive football. He's getting paid to get results. It's a results business, football, and Arteta's doing it. And do you know the funny thing is? The funny fucking thing is, when Arteta walked into Arsenal, right up until that point, Arsenal probably like undisputably probably the best football in the league in terms of intricate, quick passing, tiki taka, whatever have you. The almost trying to create the perfect goal. Arsenal were the best team in the country at it, apart from maybe Man City. Um, and yeah, what happened? We got called soft. We got told we had no underbelly. We got told this team you can bully, you can get at. They aren't that physical. You can mess about with them, you can bully them. Now, Arteta, that wasn't what Arteta needed to fix. Like we already played great football, right? And it was getting us nowhere because we had no fight or grit about us. Arteta's brought on a team of men, of warriors, of people that aren't going to get bullied or pushed around or messed about. Arteta's brought on a bunch of players that are going to fight for the badge and they're going to fucking, by hook or by crook, fucking match you aggressively for it. They're even outpower you physically for it. But yeah, then we're hit with, we're cheats. We're the dark arts kings. We're whatever. Oh, look at that, rolling about pretending to be injured, like as if that's something that no other team or player has ever done. And I'm sorry, the fact that 115 charges Man City fans have the audacity to kind of label Arsenal as cheats for time wasting and rolling about, pretending to be injured, as if that's anything new in the game. I just find so mind-boggling. But listen, I'm not going to tell anybody how to support their club either. But there's so much bitterness towards Arsenal with the way they're playing their football. And don't get it twisted. Last night against Brighton, Arsenal were fucking awful. We were fucking awful. We deserved nothing from that game. And do you know what? 3 years ago, we'd have lost it. We would have lost it because you could have bullied us. You could have pushed us around, and you could have gotten our heads. Now they're just grinding out results, and that's what you have to do, especially at this stage of the season, entering into the latter collection of games. That's all he needs to be doing, just grinding out results. But yeah, I just find it so funny. I'm never going to tell anybody how to support their own football club, but the fact that there's Liverpool fans and United fans, but be it a minority, that actually want Man City to win the league over Arsenal, because a few people online will be hard to listen to. Now, I'll be the first to say, Arsenal fans online, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, they wind me up, and I'm one of them. But there's people on there that are just so deluded, entitled, um, demanding, and I say just entitled and expect, with no real rhyme or reason or God-given right to, given that we haven't won the league since I was 4. This is what I had to, since I was 4. My dad was younger than what I am now the last time we won the league. The the expectation of some Arsenal fans, like I just think it is really annoying. But if you're looking at it in a footballing aspect, as a United fan, Man City are your local rivals. As a Liverpool fan, Man City, like dog walked yous in league title terms for the better end, like the latter stage of the 2010s and early 2020s, and they could have done that with cheat charges over their heads. Like they like again, all allegedly, if they're proven guilty, that is the case. They would have robbed Liverpool of so much dominance for a significant period of time. And you're telling me you want them to win the league over Arsenal because a few of us online are hardly listening to you. Listen, all I can do is look at the clubs. Like when Liverpool were battling Man City, I always wanted Liverpool to win it. And bear in mind, this is when they're going for the first league title in 30 years. People forget that. Um, Back then, Liverpool hardly listened to him. It's just part and parcel with being a massive club. Unfortunately, it happens to everybody. If United were back in a title race tomorrow, everybody would be the same. They would be throwing out all these accusations at United as well. But again, I'm never going to tell anyone how to support a football club. But when it was Liverpool and Man City and Arsenal were in the dumps, I was always backing Liverpool because they're a proper run club, proper run football club, and a classic club. And I like to think that Arsenal are a classic club as well. But yeah, a few of us online are hard to listen to, and yeah, we've got we've played the football in a way now that Chelsea fans are slagging, who seem to forget the Jose Mourinho days. Uh, but yeah, this whole narrative that we'd be the worst champions of all time. When you look at how we performed in Europe, not only did we um, not only did we finish top of the league phase, winning all of our games, but we smashed up Bayern Munich, we smashed up Atletico, we smashed Inter. Like it's what happened. Like if we're the worst champions ever, does that like and the league's in a terrible state? Does that mean all of Europe is in a terrible state? I just think it's such a dumb argument. This is what happens when teams open up and play against Arsenal. Arsenal rip them to shreds, but it's not like that in the Premier League. Breaking down a low block, um, it's much different to playing a team that's going to come out and play football with you. It's not on Arsenal to play entertaining. It's on Arsenal to get a result. And if a team's going to come up and set up in a way that's very defensive and make it hard to play against, it's not on Arsenal to be entertaining. It's about on Arsenal to put it in the back of the net. And that's why when you look at us in Europe, we're a different beast and we are entertaining and we're probably conceding probably a few more goals because we're a wee bit more open, a wee bit more open, but we're still outscoring them. I just think it's such a stupid argument. But anyway, I wanted to address it just because yeah, because I find it really funny. But again, we might not be champions at all, so it's pointless having the conversation. But if we do end up being the worst champions of all time, am I going to give a fuck? Absolutely not. Like it's like Pirates of the Caribbean to Jack Sparrow. Oh, you're without a doubt the worst pirate I have ever heard. Jack Sparrow's reply, but you have heard of me, and that is the fact. Regardless if we are the worst champions of all time, at the end of the day, if we do win the league, the history books it will say 2025-2026 season winners Arsenal, and that is it doesn't matter. Like no one's gonna give a shit. Arsenal fans are not gonna give a shit about all these kind of accusations thrown at us. It's actually really funny. Um, but yeah, it's like somebody told me if somebody said to me, "Oh, you're the ugliest supermodel I've ever seen," still a fucking supermodel. So like that's how I'm looking on it. But I still a fair bit to go in the title this year. There's plenty of twists and turns. But if we win the league, who gives a shit where we stand in the rankings? All right, who gives a shit if we were better than worse than Leicester? Like we're the champions. Not yet. But if we were to be. But anyway, folks, take care. See you later. Bye.